Well, it looks like the Mets have their manager going into 2024, and that is Carlos Mendoza. Yes, Carlos Mendoza going into 2024 as the Mets manager. This is big news. This is All Things Mets. This is where you get your latest Mets media. Everything you know about the Mets on this channel, definitely leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. But yeah, let's get into today's video, and that is the news of Carlos Mendoza being named as the 2024 manager for the New York Mets. This comes as a surprise, obviously, because a lot of people, a lot of Mets fans, a lot of people in the game, in the MLB, thought Greg Counsell was going to go to the Mets. Greg Counsell, everything was around Greg Counsell. His big decision, you know, where he's going to go, where he's going to end up. Obviously, he had an interview with the Guardians. We didn't even know about the Cubs, really. But apparently, Greg Counsell is going to go to the Cubs and be their manager going into 2024. I don't know what exactly, if he didn't like New York or the money didn't come to terms or whatever. But this video is about Carlos Mendoza, and he is going to be the manager going to 2024. And yes, this comes as a surprise, but the Carlos Mendoza has never been a major league experienced manager. He has never had any experience as a manager in the major leagues. Yes, he's been a bench coach in the Yankees. Yes, he's played, and he's also been a minor league player, you know, with the Yankees as well. You know, when he was younger, when he was a baseball player, but he's never been a major league player. And that is the difference between Carlos Mendoza and Greg Counsell. Greg Counsell is a manager, and he has that experience, and Carlos Mendoza has no major league experience. Now, you could say that he has major league experience as a bench coach, but not as a manager. So this comes to a surprise, because what is this going to mean for the Mets? You know, I know there's going to be details about the situation with the Mets and Greg Counsell and why they didn't come into terms, or why he didn't accept, you know, the job, or you know, there's going to be details that are going to come out. But a lot of Mets fans are not going to be happy about this situation. But I say Carlos Mendoza going to 2024. Yes, you know, they could have had a guy like Carlos Beltran that, you know, has never been a manager, never had any experience, you know, being, you know, a bench coach or anything like that. But they could have went with Carlos Beltran. They didn't want to go down that road. So they went with a guy that has bench coach experience. He's been a defensive instructor. He's been a minor league player. He's managed in the minor leagues. Carlos Mendoza has managed in the minor leagues, you know, with the Yankees, you know, low A team. But, you know, he's never been a major league manager. So this is going to be this is going to be a learning process for Carlos Mendoza. But I think if he can connect to these young players, and if he can have a good relationship with Dave Stearns and whoever's going to be the GM, you know, because he is going to be the manager. They still need a GM. So Carlos Mendoza, you know, Dave Stearns, they need a GM. But we'll see what happens. At the end of the day, Carlos Mendoza, this guy has a lot to prove. You know, this is going to be a big time task, you know, but the thing I would say about this is he's been in New York before. He's been in New York. He was with the New York Yankees just recently. He's been their bench coach for the last, you know, so many years. So it's not like he's never been in New York. So that is something that I would say that's a plus for Carlos Mendoza. He's been in New York. He has that experience of, you know, seeing how a manager, manages a team in New York, seeing the fans in New York, seeing, you know, the media in New York. So it's not like he hasn't been in New York. So this comes as a plus for Carlos Mendoza. So listen, Dave Stearns, I trust in Dave Stearns. I trust what he's doing. This guy, Dave Stearns, is going to, you know, try his best to turn around this team, make this team successful. It's going to come with some decisions that we don't agree with always, but it is his team. He is the president of baseball operations, and Carlos Mendoza going to 2024 is going to be the manager. Now, we'll see what he does. We'll see the relationship that he has with the players. I just hope he does have a relationship with the players, and I hope that he has freedom. I hope that, you know, the front office doesn't make all the decisions for him. I want him to make decisions. I want him to, you know, work with the front office, you know, and come to a consensus. I want these guys to agree with each other. I don't want, you know, I don't want them not to agree. I don't want them to have so many disagreements and, not be on the same page. And, let's say, for an example, like a Daniel Vogelback in the Billy Epler situation and Buck Showalter, that situation. So I don't want that. I want these guys to come together, as a unit and work together to improve this team, to make this team better, to make the right decisions. Not every decision is going to be the best decision. But I say, man, Carlos Mendoza, give him a chance. Let's see what happens. Let me know what you guys think about Carlos Mendoza. Are you guys happy with this? Are you guys very disappointed, that they didn't get Greg Counsell? Let me know what you guys think. Because I personally, I'm a little disappointed because they didn't get Greg Counsell, because I thought Greg Counsell was a perfect fit for this team. He was a player's manager. He's played in the major leagues. He had, that experience, that playoff experience as well. So he comes with a lot of experience, and experience is a big thing in the major leagues. We saw with the Bruce Bochy, with the Texas Rangers, him winning the World Series, so we saw that experience. And when a manager is everything is on the manager. Everything is on the manager. They got to make tough decisions in the bullpen. They got to make tough decisions, pitch hitters. They got to make tough decisions, for defense, offense. This is not an easy job. Nothing is easy in baseball. But I say Carlos Mendoza, give him a chance going into 2024. Let's see what he does. Let's see how he plays. Let's see how it goes, at the end of the day. But I am very I'm confident in Dave Stearns. I believe in Dave Stearns, and we'll see what he does. At the end of the day, we'll see what he does. That's all we can really say. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely leave a like, comment, and subscribe. This is All Things Mets. This is where you get your latest Mets media. Everything you know about the Mets on the channel. So I love you guys so much. LFGM for life. Stay blessed.